Hello and welcome back, everybody. In this lesson here, we're going to be looking at retouching the hair. We're going to be spending 2 lessons on that because there is a bit to do in it. Now, as I said, this is not a full-on tutorial on hair retouching. As I explained earlier, some people will spend a very long time on this, but these are some basics that we are going to be looking at. So, first off, this side here is looking good. Overall, this side is not too bad, but there's some issues up here and issues here from when we did the liquefying. And while it's not actually too bad and it's going to work okay with the image, we are going to be doing some light retouching on that. So if we're going to select our selection tool, and we're just going to take a big chunk of this over here, copy it, that's copy merge, so we get everything, and take it over here, go into transform, that's Control T, flip it horizontally, and bamf. And from here, we're just going to apply a mask and mask it out with a black brush so it fits in nice and smooth, like so. Maybe pull it down a bit here. Obviously make sure that there's no straight edges anywhere, like that. Then we're going to be duplicating it and remove the mask so we can see what it is we're doing. And now we're actually going to flip it again, because now the hair has changed directions. I'm going to put it up here and again apply our layer mask, mask it out, and do a bit of work here, smooth it out a bit so it fits in that a bit more. Then we can do it one more time. Just drag it over here. Again, remove the mask so we can see a bit more what we're doing and where it would fit. Somewhere around there. And apply a mask. Mask it out. And smooth it in. And that just makes that area there seem a whole lot smoother. Then we can just merge those together and call that layer hair patch. Now next here, we're going to be looking at the shadows and highlights of the hair. And just to show you a different way than what we did the skin, we're going to be doing this a little bit different. Go in and make a new adjustment layer for curves. And on this one, I'm gonna put it pretty high up. Like that. And invert it and call this one hair highlights. Make another adjustment layer, again for curves, and this time really crush it. We're going to call this one hair shadows, and again invert it. And just like when we did the skin, we're gonna start with the shadows here and add in a bit of shadow in here to add a bit more depth to it. But unlike when we did the skin, on the hair it's usually a lot more split between highlights and shadows. What you want to do is really sort of go in and accentuate the details that are already there and make it pop. I know I overuse that word, and for that I apologize. And in this one, unlike with the skin, you will sort of go in a lot more in detail with the shadows too. And you can really shape the hair quite a bit using this technique. Obviously that might be a bit strong, but we can just lower the effect down to around 60. And we're going to do the same thing on the highlights layer. But of course, focus on the highlights this time. And this can really sort of help add shine to the hair. And again, this is just sort of a almost superficial way of doing it compared to how much sometimes some people will spend on it. But since the hair in this one is not, you know, the main attraction, so to speak, this should be fine. And again, lower the opacity. That one might be lowered a little bit more. And you can see, just as like with the skin, it really adds up. I actually noticed we might want to add a little bit over here on the side. To make it nice. And that, if we look at all of it, has really changed the hair quite a bit. That is it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to be looking at changing the hair color and adding in some shine. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.